guys? So today's video is going to be all about one of my favorite subjects in the world, maybe not the world, in the beauty world at the very least, and that is beauty devices. Beauty devices are at-home devices that give you beauty. Typically the ones that I use are geared towards skincare. That's what all of this is about. You guys know skincare is a huge passion of mine, and I said I was going to be bringing more skincare related content to the channel, and here we are. If I have to decide where money is going in terms of like my beauty budget, 10 times out of 10 it's going towards skincare. I could actually keep only the makeup I have now. I wouldn't rotate any new things. I wouldn't try any new things. I could keep the stash I have as long as I could always buy new skincare. I just love it. It's a huge interest and passion of mine. It would be kind of an overstatement to say you need any given beauty device, but I will say this. If you kind of look at skincare the same way that we look at our health and fitness, maybe I can like illuminate for you the benefit of them. So with health and fitness, if you want to have a healthy lifestyle, you know, you would do things like work out, you would eat clean, you would take supplements, you would meditate, you would stretch and do yoga. Like there's so many different small behaviors and habits you would put in place that would give you an overall healthy life, healthy body, healthy mind. So there's basically like similar components for me in my skincare routine in that I consider my nutrition a huge part of my skincare routine. There's my actual skincare that I use twice a day, my actives, things of that nature. Then I have maybe in-office treatments that I get, which I don't get a whole lot of them, but I do go into, you know, get a little work done here and there. I just had Botox done the other day for the first time in like a year, for example. And then I also have my devices. So it's a whole little kind of plan that I do to keep my skin the way it is and then hopefully improve upon it even more. I recently did a video where I talked to you guys about 5 brands that I would buy from every time, and there was a section of that video where I talked about what makes anything worth it, because everything in this video, a little bit pricey, and depending on who you are and your budget and your lifestyle and your preferences, you might look at every single solitary thing in this video and be like, not worth it. And that's totally fine. I get it. You're welcome to that feeling. But to me, worth it is just so subjective. To me, what makes anything worth it is, does it do something? And does it do that something better than anything else does it? Do I enjoy using it? And if it was gone, would I repurchase it? If I have a product, it doesn't matter how expensive or inexpensive it is. If I have a product that checks off all 3 of those criteria, then it is worth it to me. And pretty much everything in here, I'm gonna say, yeah, I think it's worth it. I enjoy using them. I use them all the time. Before we get started, make sure you check the down bar for links to all my social media platforms, including links to everything I talk about today. Thumbs up the video if you enjoy it and want to see more content just like this. Also, subscribe if you're new. And if you're not new, hey, what's up? How's your mom doing? And yeah, let's just get started. So the first thing I'm gonna talk about today is the Foreo, I apologize if I say that incorrectly. The Foreo UFO. Now, spoiler alert, the only thing in this entire video that was sent to me that I did not pay for is the Foreo. So what this is basically like a face mask delivery system. That's the most concise way I can think to explain this. So this guy right here, it's usually a drawer in my little setup back there, is a collection of masks that Foreo sent me to try out with the UFO. They actually make a lot more than this, and I definitely want to pick up. They have a new caviar one I'm dying to try, and they have a new farm to table line I'm dying to try as well. But basically what you will do is you'll take this little satchel, and you will pull the mask out. It comes in like the shape of a little disc. You sit it right here so it's like a sheet mask. And then the Foreo UFO actually syncs up to your phone. And for each mask, there is a different type of like protocol or delivery system. Like some of them do warming, some of them do cryotherapy. They all do light therapy, but depending on which mask, it might be green, blue, or red. And you just rub the mask on your face. It takes about 90 seconds. You can do the treatment more than once if you want to, which I always do because they put so much serum in here, you might as well use it. One thing about facial devices that I will say, you will not get the benefit of them, or you will not get your money's worth if you don't use them. They can't work if you don't use them. So to me, as a whole, don't buy a beauty device if you're not willing to use it every single day. You have to use it every day, or the prescribed amount that you're told to in the information booklet of the device, but overall, you just have to use it. So let's say you want to get into facial devices as a whole and you need like a training wheel device. I would say this is a good start because so much of us just love face masks. It is not hard to get us to sit down and do a face mask. So I feel like this is something that would get you in the habit of using a device. Now, you can use these masks every single day if you wanted to. They'd probably get really expensive and it might irritate your skin depending on your sensitivity, but I look forward to using this. I use it 3 times a week at the very least. Like this morning today before I did my makeup, I used the Make It a Day mask. And I also did this one called the Shimmer Freak, which I was really confused about at first, but dude, this thing is amazing. So this is basically a mask for your eye area, and I was completely prepared for this to be super gimmicky, I'm not gonna lie. Particularly like anything that's like, this is just for your eye, or this is just for your neck, or this is just for your butt. There are butt masks, look it up. I just don't really buy into it, but this totally worked, man. Like it was crazy. You put it on here, and then when I went to go put it around my eye area, it had a cryo feature, and on top of that, this has a lot of caffeine and like hydrating properties to it. My eyes were looking a little puffy, a little bit not so great when I woke up because I had a little bit of salt in my food last night. A little bit's an understatement. I had a lot of salt in my food last night. But my eyes just looked really puffy, and after I used this, they just look so awake and tight and firm. This is dope. I tell you guys all the time that I feel like a mask is a way better way to prime your skin than for makeup than like a primer actually is. That's just my opinion. And that's what I'm finding that I like so much about this, but I also use it for like a little facial. Like I just love this thing. I am hooked. I am addicted. You guys will see this come up all the time. It's my new favorite product I own. All right, next. I guess I'm kind of going in the order of newest to oldest, which I guess is a good idea. So the next thing I have, this is the Clarisonic Mia Smart. Now, I do not use the Clarisonic as a facial cleansing device. I actually use the Foreo Mini Luna, I don't know the number, but like I said, Foreo sent that to me also. So I used that. Works amazing. I didn't put it in here because I don't think it's super expensive. All of this stuff, yeah, pretty expensive. But I have this for these 2 functions that they offer now, which is the facial massage and the eye massage. You guys, I talk all the time about facial massage. You can definitely do facial massage with just your 2 hands. You do not have to buy anything to do that, but I just love it. Facial massage is so good for your skin, not to mention particularly what I've been using this for lately the most and enjoying using it for the most is to help my products penetrate deeper into my skin when I do my routine. So this, much like the Foreo, syncs to your phone as well. It has different programs that you can use to sync to it. So there's different ones for the massaging one, there's different ones for the eye one, but basically it works just like the original Clarisonic. It kind of has this like vibrating sound to it. So this used to sit right here behind me. You guys probably noticed it because people were asking me what I think about it. And I realized I wasn't using it as much as I should, but I moved this into my bathroom and now I'm using it a shit ton more because I found a way to use it that makes it easy to work into my routine, which is another thing I will say about facial devices. If you're going to use them, you have to figure out how to fit them into your routine. I have a extra AF skincare routine on Patreon right now. It's a nighttime skincare routine where I use a lot of devices and stuff and tell you what products I'm using. I have since even changed my skincare routine up even more. I can do a skincare routine video on here if you guys are interested. Thumbs up, leave me a comment down below, do something. But yeah, so I figured out how to work this into my routine in a way that is truly beneficial and make sure I use it every day. Once again, that's very important. So basically what I do is I wash my face morning and night, and I use this to kind of rub or massage my products into my skin. The long-term effects of this, and supposedly these are like true blue clinical trials and studies, are that over time, massaging your face with these 2 attachments will result in firmer contours, and like your jawline and your neck in particular will be greatly improved upon it. That's word on the street at least. It's still way too early for me to tell you if that's true or not because I've only had this for about a month. So I will definitely let you guys know after the trial period completes. I want to say that Clarisonic said 4 to 6 months. I can't remember which one it is. But what I do like about this is, once again, like I said, it is penetrating my products deeper into my skin. And on top of that, it's just really enjoyable to use. So all this up in this video, I want to say that it's all results driven and it's all about that bang for your buck because you can see definitive proof that it does something. And in some cases, yeah, for sure. But it's also something to be said for like, do you enjoy using this, because overall, if you don't enjoy using it, you're not going to use it anyway. It doesn't matter how good the results are. And I truly enjoy using this, particularly the facial massager one. Like, if I were to say you're going to pick this up and you can only pick one of the devices, or excuse me, attachments for the device, I would say get this one, because this is really nice. And I do feel, particularly because it has like these little balls on it, it definitely does like have a cooling sensation. It helps with puffiness, it helps with circulation, so it is really nice. But the actual facial massager, dude, let me tell you something. So I have a lot of jaw pain. It's something I've been dealing with for about a year now, and it's such a nightmare. And I usually have Botox in my jaw to stop me from clenching or grinding, but I wasn't able to get it for about 6-7 weeks that I've been in pain because of all the lockdown stuff. And I ordered this during that time. And I'm not saying this is going to help you if you have like super painful TMJ, but I noticed a difference. Like when I use this consistently, it just kind of massaged and like loosened up the tension in my face enough that I noticed it. It wasn't like 110% of a benefit. You know what I mean? Like I wouldn't say I could just have this and never get Botox again. But it works. It does what I need it to do. And not to mention, like when I'm done, my face just feels like, ugh, I just love it. I'm a very tactile person. I like being touched and rubbed and massaged, and I like this for that reason. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that is the Clarisonic Mia Smart. I don't, once again, use this as a facial cleansing device. I think that not a good idea as a whole with the Clarisonic brushes. I don't care how many different types of brushes they come out with. I'm not a fan of that, but the massaging attachments and stuff like that, super cool. Next is Light Stem. You have probably seen those masks people are wearing like on Instagram and stuff like that, where it's just LED light emanating from it. And those are really cool, and I will probably pick one up at some point, but I opted for the Light Stem when it came time for me to pick an LED light device. Now, here's the thing. The Foreo, like I said, has an element of light therapy to it, which I think is super cool, but obviously something like this is going to give you longer contact with that LED light. Now, the disadvantages of this compared to one of those masks, which I will link somewhere, is that this one only has one color, and a mask you can just put on your face and that's all you have to do. With this one, I have to sit and move this over my face, which isn't a big deal to me, because all I do is I get in bed and I read, because I'm a big bookworm, get a book in my lap, and then while I'm reading, I just move this across my face. You do about 3 minutes per section. So in total, it takes me about 30 minutes, but it's definitely not a chore because I'm reading, I'm chilling, not a problem. Anyway, LED therapy has been used in the medical world for a while now. Certain types of LED light can do things like help with chronic pain. Like there's entire LED beds people go get in. And I first heard about LED light therapy, or became exposed to it, through hydrofacials. Every time I get a hydrofacial, one of the last steps in it is they put an LED light on your skin. They have a red one and a blue one. The blue one kills acne causing bacteria, and the red one helps with fine lines, wrinkling. Why can't I talk? Fine lines, wrinkling, and helps build and stimulate your own natural collagen. The only problem with that is that I truly believe the only way to really get benefits of LED therapy is to do it frequently. I just don't know, just saying, if I think that going and getting a facial once a month and having a few minutes of LED light therapy is going to be substantial. It's better than nothing, but I wanted to bring this thing home, bring it on home for the real thing. But I chose Light Stem in particular because Light Stem is an actual brand that is used in plastic surgeons, dermatologists, facialists offices, things like that. The other ones I've seen on the market, I'm not saying they don't work. I'm just waiting for more information to come out about them. But I like that this is something that's used by professionals, and it's the same strength as lights that are used by professionals. So that's what kind of sold me on this. I'm sure there's a myriad of reasons why any other system would be better than this, but I love this one and it's working just fine for me. So basically, when you are exposed to red light therapy, it produces a biochemical effect that boosts the amount of energy that are stored in your cells. It helps the cells to function more efficiently and repair damage. This is actually used to treat injuries and wounds and things of that nature as well for that reason. So increasing the cellular activity over time, your skin will look more lifted, it'll look more toned, it'll overall look more youthful. And I can tell you one thing this thing does that I only noticed because I took a couple of weeks off. It made my skin really glowy. Like, this thing makes you radiant. I don't know if that tracks, if that's a placebo effect, but I noticed a huge difference when I'm really consistent with this, my skin looks like bada. Like, it's incredible. As with all devices in this video, I would say with the exception of this one, because this is something you could get the benefit of every once in a while, just like a regular mask, you know? But this is something you have to use frequently or don't get it. It's expensive, and if you're not gonna use it, it is a huge waste of money. But I do use it frequently. I enjoy using it, and I'm really excited to see, like, as the months and months go by, the overall results I end up with. This is amazing to me. So this is a device I've had for a long time. I've had this for over a year. This is the Refa Carrot. Now, this is similar, but not identical to any regular facial roller, except a normal facial roller. I have mine back there in that drawer. I don't feel like going to get it. You guys know what a facial roller is. I don't need to demo it for you, but basically you have some sort of mechanism in place that is just rolling something across the surface of your skin, kind of like this, which has some benefits. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know if I think that they're groundbreaking in any way. More than anything, they're just enjoyable to use. Especially, I recently, for the first time ever, put a sheet mask on and then rolled my face with my Nurse Jamie roller, which is just a regular, normal, but anyway. But that was the first time I did that, and I was actually doing a facial on Patreon with my patrons when it happened, and I was like, oh, where have I been? This is incredible. But this is a little different than that. Clearly, you can look right at it, and it looks like a sex toy. Every time I accidentally leave this out in my house, I'm just like trying to hide it before anybody notices it because it's so suggestive looking. But this is the Refa Carrot, as I said. And basically, what separates this from a typical roller is these two little balls right here, because the way that it works is it actually grips. Can you see how it's like gripping onto my face? It grips on to your skin and mimics what fingers do when you're getting a facial massage. And I will tell you one thing that you will notice with this bad boy pretty quickly, and especially the more you use it, is it truly does help define the contours of your face. So if you use this on your jaw, underneath your cheekbone, you will start to see a true pronounced contour develop. So I use this one underneath the eye. Once again, it helps with puffiness, helps with circulation. I use it to roll out my entire face. But another really great benefit of this thing, I'm not suggesting that this is something you should buy it for, but if you're already going to use it for its intended purpose, why not find other ways to use it? I actually use this when I'm having jaw pain. Like, I take these little balls and I kind of like dig them. I don't want to press too hard on my face because I just got Botox. So you're not supposed to manipulate your facial muscles too much while you're waiting for it to settle. But I dig this into the areas of my face or in my jaw that I'm having pain, and it helps so much. If I have a headache, I will like run this, like dig it into the areas of my face or my head that are bothering me. And it works, man. It's crazy. My bestie was here over the summer and she had a headache, and I was like, here, rub this on yourself, and it helped. It also has a little panel right here, a solar panel that gives this a slight microcurrent benefit to it. But yeah, overall, this is a very expensive facial roller. Out of everything I'm going to mention today, this is the thing I would say, I don't want to say it's not worth it, but I would say that this is something, if I didn't have it, I could live without it. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know if I'd run out and repurchase it, but I do like it and I do use it. Lastly, but certainly not leastly, is the New Face. This is something I've talked about on my channel already. I mentioned it in a favorites video. It actually wasn't even this one. It was the travel one, because I bought the travel one and then I bought the big one. Don't judge me. But yeah, this is the one that I've talked about the most, even before I bought it. Every time a Sephora sale would come around or something like that, and I would talk about maybe what I was eyeing or something that was on my wish list, it was this damn New Face time and time again. I finally bought it at the very end of last year. So we're going on, what, 5 months now of using this, and I would say 100% worth it. This thing absolutely works. In fact, so like I said, I have this one, I have the travel, like the mini, and I can tell you that, hold on, let me grab it. So I actually have both of these. I started with the mini and I eventually ended up purchasing the full size one. Don't judge me, okay? Literally don't judge me, because here's the truth of the matter. There's not a real difference between these two, except this one is smaller, obviously. So I do feel like this one's a little more comfortable to hold. And then this one shuts itself off after a certain amount of time, and this one doesn't. Those are the only differences, truthfully, that I've been able to tell. So If you're on the fence and you're not willing to invest in this one, because this one is a lot more expensive than the travel one, you totally will be absolutely fine with just the little one. But one of the benefits of this one, should you choose to go this way, is that NuFace actually has attachments for this. And one of the attachments, all you have to do is like pop this off and put another one on, is a red light attachment. So it's not unlike this one in that it's a red light device you would have to manipulate and move all over your face. But I love a multi-purpose product, and that is definitely a benefit of this one. This one you cannot take and put other attachments on. So I think depending on if you are interested in something like red light therapy, you might find value in that. NuFace was actually kind enough to also send me the NuFace Fix, which is kind of like meant for more detail, very specific lines that you're trying to work on the improvement of. I have not had a chance to use this one yet, so I can't give you any type of review on this, but it is another option for a microcurrent device. So I'm clearly a little bit of a microcurrent addict. Now, this is the only one, once again, I did not pay for. I paid for the other two with my own monies. So in my favorites video where I talked about this, I almost seemed put off by the idea that I would have to use this forever. But the more I think about that, the more I realize there's a huge flaw in my logic, because with anything, literally anything in life, to continue to have results from it, you have to keep doing it. Like, you can't go work out one time and then stay in shape. It's something you have to do time and time again. Once again, one of the major points I'm trying to drive home in this video about beauty devices is make sure you're going to use them. I'm at a point now where I only have to use this 2 to 3 times a week to continue to see my results, and I'm on a little bit of a hiatus from it right now because I do have Botox. You can use this if you have Botox or filler, but you have to wait a certain amount of time. So I'm on a little bit of a break until my Botox is settled, as I aforementioned. But I love this thing, and basically how this works, I'm going to quote Pensmith Skincare, who is an amazing and informative esthetician here on YouTube. I'll link her channel down below. Microcurrent uses low voltage electricity, I'm reading off my notes, to stimulate muscle, or adenosine triphosphate, or otherwise known as ATP, cell growth. And it also helps with collagen development in the dermis, the lower level of your skin, of your face. So you have your epidermis, which is the one you're looking at right now. The dermis is the lower level. So to quote Penny or Pensmith Skincare, she kind of related your ATP to that of a battery, because like I said initially, I was kind of put off by the idea that I have to use this forever and ever, amen, to see the results. But basically she said that you have to think of ATP as a battery that needs to be charged, and consistent treatment is how we keep that battery charged. So the benefits of at-home and consistent microcurrent treatments are that it increases circulation and it stimulates collagen. You notice that's kind of a big thing with me. It plumps the skin, and it plumps and tightens the muscles in your skin as well. So a lot of the before and afters that you will see using this device are very, very apparent, even immediately. You can tell when you use this, like, it just lifts everything up. And when you think about it, like, this is another reason why facial massage and things like facial yoga and all that stuff are so interesting to me, is because we think about muscles being like the fountain of youth for our body and keeping it a certain shape and keep it looking younger. But our face has a shit ton of muscles in it. I can't remember the number, but it is a lot. So anything I can do to stimulate those muscles and like keep my face flexed, that's what I want to do, because the long-term effects of that little bit of effort from me every day, in my opinion, are absolutely worth it. There's actually another microcurrent device on the market I'm very interested in. And then there's also a radio frequency device on the market I'm very interested in as well. This is not going to be the end of my beauty device collection, not by a long shot. And even still, it's not even the end of what I have now. I just wanted to show you guys the pricey stuff that maybe you've seen around, or maybe you've seen in my Instagram stories, and let you know kind of what the skinny on it is. But that is all for me today, you guys. I hope you enjoyed this video, and as always, as I said, we recently did a group facial. That was, I think, last month or the month before, I can't remember. It is something I would like to consider doing pretty regularly. Last time we did it standard live stream status, where I was on my phone talking to you guys, and I was reading reading messages, but there was talk of maybe doing it like on a Zoom call, but I just don't know how that would work. But if I can make it work, I would love to do it that way. I would love to sit and see all your beautiful little faces while we just hang out and have a little bit of girl time and talk about what we're using and how we're doing it and just getting really glowy and relaxed with each other. That is just like right up my alley right now. I just want to thank all of you for coming and hanging out with me today on my channel. If you're still here at this point in the video and you are not subscribed, like what are you doing? You obviously like what you see. Anyway, I gotta get out of here. I hope you guys are having an amazing day. Check the down bar for links to all my social media platforms, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye.